Go.
It was a warm summer day. I was just sitting on a porch watching a babbling brook roll by. Then, out of the blue, I got an update from my Geico app saying my claim had been processed. I felt so connected to nature, to Geico. I stayed there the whole afternoon until that guy told me to stop trespassing on his porch. Sheesh, what was his problem?
Claim status updates just a few taps away on the Geico app.
There are times being a genius would really come in handy.
All right, since Jess and I only ordered 3 drinks and split the chicken, and you guys ate about 3/4 of the guac, but Tim only left us $15, not including tax and tip, I'm thinking Hal and Karen split 1/3 of the bill 2 ways, so you guys each take on 12%. Does that seem fair?
But thankfully, you don't need to be a genius to do your own taxes, because TurboTax's Explain Why feature helps you understand the math behind your refund. Intuit TurboTax. Taxes done smarter. Feature availability varies by product and platform.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER, stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now for a special radio offer from Angioprim. That's angioprim.com/radio. ANGIOPRIM. Angioprim.com/radio or call 877-882-7221. That's 877-882-7221.
Hi, it's Jay Foster. Join us 7 days a week from 2 to 3 p.m. for Health Connection Radio. We'll talk about natural cholesterol control, toxic metal syndrome, how to reverse bone loss, and the latest scientific research on vitamins and minerals. We'll have fascinating guests, and we'll take lots of your calls, too. So join us 7 days a week from 2 to 3 p.m. for Health Connection Radio right here on WNN.
Talk 1470, WWNN Pompano Beach, Boca Raton, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Tune in for laughs and surprises with The Boca Show. Sundays at 4, only on 1470 WNN.
If you suffer from excruciating back pain, do not have surgery. Call Dr. Fernando Ranella, MD, and ask him about the new ozone therapy and how it can eliminate your back pain once and for all. End your suffering today. Call Dr. Fernando Ranella, the Center for Back Pain Management, 561-819-6325. That's 561-819-6325 or injectpainaway.com.
You can become independently healthy, and I'll tell you how. Dr. Bob Martin here. If you want to feel, function, and perform the very best you can, please tune in and call into my show Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
What you want to know. What you need to know.
Talk 1470 WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Sometimes life needs adjustments to work out for us, and making these adjustments can be difficult to see. Welcome to Change for a Better Life, Love, and Health with Nadia, a weekly empowerment show hosted by world-traveled Nadia Rosh, as she brings needed information to help you select the right path in life's challenges, relationships, and just taking care of your body. Nadia welcomes all questions on the show by calling 888-565-1470 and asking anything that you're having a problem with. You can see Nadia on changeforthebetter.tv, as each week she will bring new solutions to your life. And to reach Nadia directly, call 954-907-5176. Now, let's get ready for change with Nadia Rosh.
Hello, my beloved Floridian. I'm Nadia Rosh, and this is weekly my program at 6 p.m. And we're talking about how to change your life for the better, your better love, your better life, and your better health, and always feel happiness. Today we continue talking about relationship. We start, this is the last Monday, with Terry Kroster, and he's a crisis management service specialist and life coach, and he helping a lot of people in their personal problems. Terry, you with me today?
Yes, I am. How are you
Okay.
today?
How are you? I know you're so busy today, and I'm very thankful for you to take a time to be with me in this program.
No problem.
Yes. So we start talking last week about relationship, and we said it have to be based on a deep feeling between man and woman, and this level have to be very high level of frequency of the happiness and love. So we continue going to talk about because it's not just these things, but is also a relationship is basic of the needs of the people, and man and woman supposed to go to relationship and open their mind and heart to understand each other and continue to have a healthy relationship. So my question is, you are serving the people and doing consulting and for many people with their problem. I know it's not just the people who know you, but people refer another people to you to change their life for the better. So what you can say, what is the main problem? Why is relationship is not that stable? What crush a relationship?
The most prevalent thing is communication. Communication and the understanding of who each individual is and what their role is in a relationship. You know, it's very, if you talk to any couple, you're going to hear one side talk about the other and the other side talk about that one. But the idea is to realize who you are because if we reach our highest self, me as a man, if I go to my highest self as a man, that would automatically bring about an understanding of my counterpart, which is the woman. You know, I'm reminded of that great parable in the Bible, which talks about the Garden of Eden and the eating of the apple. A lot of people see it as Eve tricking Adam, but I see it as a more complete love story. I see it as once she had committed herself to, as the Creator had said, that you would surely know death, then I take it that Adam did not want to even live without her because of her beauty and her who she was to him. So he partook also in that tree.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the commitment that we must try to understand when we take on our partner. You know, we enter into relationships for very frivolous reasons, first of all. And so unless, so when you start from that perspective, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because once the interaction between man and woman, a lot of times it's very hard to stop what comes natural, whether it's the development of feelings, one stronger than the other because of motives and desires.
Yeah, the expectation, other people, they expect other person something to do for them or be for them a certain way, but they never talk about this. There's no open conversation about what you actually like it, what you actually wanted in relationship. Because people sometimes pretending to be somebody else, and they can't be long time, they can't be the same. What they create, is like a fake. So
Right. They can't live up to the person that they introduced themselves as.
yes, yes. First they introduce, and sometimes they lying they age. Sometimes they lying what they do, and when relationship is starting, basic of the not honest with each other. This is continue to go and grow, and this is why some people say, you know what, you are not the same person what I met first time. You're absolutely different.
Right. I spoke to someone today, and I was listening to them talk, and they were talking about the relationship they were just getting out of, and they were talking about how they wanted the next one to be.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people learn about their relationships from very from a place of hurt. In other words, when you leave one, each relationship is designed around an insecurity that was developed from a previous relationship.
That's true. Yeah.
So anytime you learn about relationships from that perspective, you're going to bring a certain amount of negative residue into the new and clean relationship. So we have to, before people enter into a new relationship, they have to really, really sit back and do some house cleaning.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Because a lot of the things that you do that cause the relationship not to work, believe it or not, a lot of it is based on ourselves. I know you talk to some people, they were like, oh, I know she didn't do this or he didn't do that, and I need somebody to do that. But a lot of things are caused by ourselves because we think that what we do. I talked to a husband and wife one time, and the husband was explaining that he had a good wife in a domestic way. In other words, she kept the house clean, she cooked, he knew he had a warm meal, but beyond that, there was nothing. There was no stimulating conversation. There was no, nothing that.
For this point, easy and cheaper, just to hire some housekeeping, to do this thing.
But there was no personality.
It's no relationship. This is not a relationship. This is just service. And this is what is a lot of humans, we are messed up. It's also, is a lot of a couple, they don't know the responsibility on their relationship. They think is, for example, women have to know what she actually create to be for the man, and to know her place in her life and in her relationship. She have to know who she is in relationship. And this is missing sometimes. Yeah, this is my wish. You actually open the school for the young girls and teach them how to be a woman, how to be the wife, because our society is not teach this. I think this is going to be a great idea if our school system puts something classes about how to be man and how to be a woman, and teach them.
To be a woman is a very, very important and probably one of the highest things that they can endeavor to do is to explore their womanhood in its correctness, and not as some domesticated being that is in service of man. Woman is the life giver. She is that all of us come into the world.
Right, and she's also the keeper of the relationship.
That's right. She is the most important aspect. And with her, as with that parable that I spoke about, is the rise and fall of our society. For when the woman fails, the man will shortly follow thereafter. When she holds herself to a higher standard, man is forced to hold himself to a higher standard. And I don't think that a lot of women understand their importance.
Yes.
And what they bring to the table for
inspiration for the men, right? To men to grow and be better and better every day for her, for her family, for their family. And when this men grow and have victory, this is most important thing for the man, to be winner and hero. Yes.
Yeah, I would really love to hear from people in the audience, because
we can remind the people we're in 13 minutes in the program, and if you have a question for us, you can call 888-565-1470. This is a phone in the studio, 888-565-1470, and welcome with any question what you have about relationship, marriage, and love. So we're happy to help you with your situation and answer every your question. Yes, and for the people who already been in marriage and they divorce it, I think this is the big trauma for both sides. And especially with the kids, when the kids involved in this. So I see now is a lot of men have kind of fear of make another commitment with a woman, because they feel insecure. They not feel like woman can satisfy one woman can satisfy their all needs. And this is why they're going and jumping from one woman to another woman, making like a friends with the benefits, with no responsibility, with no willing to stay together. And this is actually destroy men. Men don't understand this is how women can destroy men spiritually first, because every moment when they have a sex, he receiving all things what in her life was and present, and all these things come into his life, and he experiencing so much trouble many areas in his life, and he not understands what's going on. It's like, I have a fun, but after this I don't feel happiness, and I'm still alone, and I don't know what to do, and still don't go and have commitment with one woman, because they afraid to be broke like they did this as before when they divorced.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of reasons. One is a lot of men are not brought up in the way to be true men. They created this fake macho character that is not a man at all, So that's one reason. It's the rearing of the man. The other reason is society and its laws have greatly changed relationships for the man, as far as relationships and fatherhood. You know, we have all these different things where relationships now carry not the financial burden of providing for your family, but it becomes a whole nother animal now for men to engage a woman. It becomes an economical disaster. It becomes a bad investment because people are now entering into relationships with the end in mind. Mm-hmm. They don't enter into a relationship thinking, this is my wife, this is my husband forever. They're already planning. They have things now called prenuptials, in which that is a contract for the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
They create this as from the beginning. Yeah. Yes.
It's a contradiction to the very vows that you are taking. You know.
Yes. Yeah, this is the same insecurity. You know, this insecurity would not make live the life openly and just enjoy every day with the person, no matter what's going on. You know, we actually have nothing to, not just to argue, nothing even to discuss opposite. If you are the same level of mental and spiritual, what we're going to discuss about to having controversy, you know?
Yeah, but that's because
it's a harmony, right?
Yeah, well, that's because they see a relationship as a woman, or the woman sees a man as a different being. They don't see that as the other half of themselves.
As a one, yes. Like a scripture said, they become one. And this togetherness, this is what is actually a human's lost, togetherness. You know, they live the same roof, under the same roof, they sleep in the same bed, but they're not together. They're still not together. And this is the problem.
A relationship is brought down to, do you like sushi or not? Or are you a vegetarian? Or all these different things that have absolutely no meaning with the quality of the person.
Yes.
And so we enter into these relationships based on these frivolous attributes that once you're through doing that, or eating sushi and all these other things, you come face to face with a person that you do not like, or that you're not compatible with, or not in the true sense. And what people don't realize, it doesn't matter whether you believe or not believe, whether you are religious or spiritual or anything. All human connections must be first made on a soul level, on a spiritual level. And if you do not make that connection, then there's no hope, for a relationship taking its natural course. And I don't mean a natural course of marriage and all that. I mean a natural course in which both individuals reach their highest state of existence,
right,
through the communion of with one another. So there's a lot of reasons. One of the reasons why I wanted to hear from people is because there's specific reason for certain people. They may all have the same cause or the same effect, but they may start from a different cause. And so the first thing you have to determine, what is the cause for why you are doing it? And for most people who've had relationships who've reached a certain age, a lot of the causes for their present bad relationships started way before they met the person that they're currently having problems with. So it's important that we understand what our cause is and realize that some relationships itself is only an effect of some cause.
Right.
If a man or woman have been made to feel a certain way growing up, then their relationships tend to take a pattern to be contrary to how they feel about themselves. If a young man wasn't deemed handsome when he was young, and then he grows into become a handsome man, he then sometimes exploit women because he's still feeling the hurt of feeling not good enough when he was younger. So we have a lot of different causes for the way people conduct themselves in a relationship.
Yes. We actually receive one question from our audience. It's a question from Freddie. Question is, how do adjustment in relationship keep it going? Who gives and who takes?
Wow.
Yes.
Adjustments in relationships have to happen from the place of commonality. What is the goal? You have to realize what your goal of your relationship is.
That's true. That's the first that you need to know. Where are you going?
Right.
What is your goal?
Right. And the problem with what from the tone of that question is they're viewing the relationship as one side, either heads or tails. But it's both sides that make up the worth of the quarter. Not the head, not the tail. It doesn't matter what side it is when you're spending. So you have to look at a relationship in its totality. You can't look at it from the perspective of I'm a man or I'm a woman and then address it from that. You have to look at it. What is best for the relationship, and do you understand from the perspective in which your partner is coming from? And from there, adjustments are nothing more than aligning each other with the ability to, it's like if we're having a discussion and I have one understanding of something and you have another way of saying it, but we both mean the same thing.
Right.
Because you have to bridge that communication gap, because in essence, what you both want is the same thing, which is happiness.
Exactly.
So happiness has to be the goal.
Yes.
Not doing the subject or the matter, but it is the goal has to be the same. If goal is happiness.
And actually, the if you give, this is, I just talking about me. If I give something, I receive so much pleasure to give, and this is not a question for me to give or not. I always give because I know the law of that. More you give, more you receive. This is how it's going. More happiness you give, more joy you give, more you receive the same back. So this is no question about who need to give and who have to take it. I think it's the both need to give. More you give, more you receive the same pleasure in life.
Right, and the problem becomes with the give and take thing is now you enter the relationship that's you're bartering. You're not even in relationship, you're in a business transaction.
Yeah.
Because anytime you barter and saying, if I do this, that means you should do that. You are now in a transaction.
Mm-hmm.
And a relationship is not a transaction in that sense.
Right.
In other words, we do out of love. And because I do out of love, I do unconditionally.
That's true. That's what people don't understand. What is mean unconditionally? You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's no. So there's not a thing of give and take, because if I love you and I'm giving you all because of love, and you're giving me because of love, then we are both now. We're going to find happiness in the middle.
Right.
But if I'm giving you so that you will give something back to me, now we're in a business transaction.
Yes. Okay. Our time is almost over, and I thank you so much to be with me again, and we share information with our audience. You're welcome. And is everybody listening or miss some part of the program? You can go to my website changeforthebetter.tv and listen me on YouTube. We recorded this is on YouTube, or you can call me at 954-907-5176 with any question. We're ready to help you. Thank you so much, and be happy. Stay happy.
You have been listening to Change for a Better Life with Nadia Rosh as she explores the mysteries of life, love, and health. Tune in next week for another chapter that will help you make the right choices in your everyday situation. If you wish to contact Nadia, please call her at 954-907-5176 directly, or visit the website www.changeforthebetter.tv. And thank you for tuning in for Change.
The opinions expressed on the preceding